balance the social media pressure with academics?
People be like, "Ola baby apola." Kabera ku social media tasoma.
Brennan, baby.
At only 18 years of age, he has managed to amass a huge social media following with over 900,000 Instagram followers, over 4 million TikTok followers. He has bagged himself a YouTube Silver Award for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. He has had collabs with talented and legendary content creators. He is just 18, for God's sake. He is Brennan, baby. But before I usher him in, I would like to appreciate you for your support. And please, if you've not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe, like, comment. And if you love this video, it does not hurt if you share to a friend. So Brennan, baby, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And I really want you to know that I appreciate your benevolence. Yeah, you coming through. I know your programs are tight. You have shoots every now and then, but you spared some time just for the Ishmael Show. And by the way, you're seated at the MCI Media Hub. Yeah,
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, the MCI Media Hub is in Kabalagala, Kampala, and it's a content creation hub. So for all content creators out there, you could try coming through and do business right here. So Brennan, baby, what inspired the name Brennan, baby?
Basically, I'm the last born
Okay.
at home, so Brennan is actually my real name. That's what I can say. So I put in the baby effect of it because of the aspect of being the last born.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what
Actually, so many people relate the baby aspect to the fact that you do mostly female content. Yeah.
Not really. That's a very. It's not. They're actually mistaken. That's not it.
Yeah. Thanks for the clarification. Now, social media and books. I've been reliably informed anyway, you're a celebrity, so everyone knows that you go to school. How do you manage to juggle the two? How do you balance the social media pressure? I know social media comes with pressure. How do you balance that with academics?
Well, basically it's commitment, because when I'm at home, I can't hold a book. That's really, I don't hold, and I cannot deceive myself that I'm going to read while I'm at home. But when I go to school, I really, let me say, pressurize myself and be like, let me forget everything that I've been doing home and try to read books, because at the end of the day, people will be like, "Ola baby apola." Kabera ku social media tasoma. So I really find a way, I really put in effort. I say, let me read my books and really show people out there that you can actually do two things at once.
Okay.
Yes, you can balance. So that's how I do, just basically commitment and attitude towards.
That's very brilliant. And you talked of being so busy when you're at home to an extent that you cannot get time for the books. What do you do when you're at home?
Well, basically shooting here and there. I have business. Let me just summarize it as that, because I really have to shoot for very many brands. So most of the times I schedule it. I be like, today I'm going to shoot for this, today I'm going to be, because most of the times they be many, and I'm glad that they actually come to me. They really see how can I call it, potential in me, and they come to me. So I'm
You
really
definitely
so
have a lot of potential. Now, speaking of the shoots and everything being too much, like roughly how many shoots for content creation do you do in a week?
In a week, I can't count because there be many. I mix it, I mix it up.
They are countless.
They are countless because my content alone, when I'm doing, I can even do up to 20 videos a day.
Okay.
Up to do now, when I add into the business part of it, it's really a lot, because every day I have to shoot. That's
now speaking of business, there are people out there who don't actually think that earning from social media is a real thing. How much do you make from social media? On like, no, I know that's a tricky question, but on a monthly basis, monthly, how many millions or billions? Anyway, do you
Oh, what I can tell people is that I make at least something that's enough for me.
Okay.
That's what I can say. I make something that's, and social media money is real. Don't be there and be like, yes, because you'll wake up at the a day, you go put on your suit, you go and work. Yes, you are earning, but someone can actually sit home and earn more than you. You get. So people should not mainly put that in their mindset, to that having that rigidity that you can only get money when you're in a suit, you are there, you know. You can actually make lots of money while seated home.
So you cannot put that lots of money in a figure like right now.
I can tell people that I make enough. That's enough for me.
Okay.
And social media money is real.
I understand you when you try to be secretive, especially about your financial earnings in this country. Yeah, you know you are, and that stuff.
I get.
But the secrets won't be kept anymore, because where we are heading, you must tell us the truth. Now, now for this upcoming part, Brennan, you just have to look at the face and tell us the name and what they do. Cheap and easy, right? Yeah.
Hal, I'm ready. That face looks familiar. This looks familiar. Is he a musician?
We need a name and anything you know about them. It could be your cousin, but
it can be.
You know, you're a very big celebrity.
Let me see. That face really looks familiar. I don't know why anything's not coming to my mind, but it looks more to be in the music industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're by on the right track. Like from which country?
That's where the problem is actually going to be. But I've seen that face in music. That's what I know.
Okay. That's the farthest you can go.
That's the farthest I can go.
Nice try. You're right about the musician bit. That's Baba by his current stage name. He was formerly Two-Face. You've heard of Two-Face?
Two-Face.
Yeah, Two-Face, and I guess that stuck because that's the common name people know. He changed the name. You know, when you're trying to rebrand, it's very difficult for the new name to stick. Yeah. His real names are Innocent Uja Idibia. He's a Nigerian singer, songwriter, and producer. You know the song, "You're my African queen, the girl of my dreams."
I know it.
That's the guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And now speaking of rebranding, do you think of maybe in future, because you're going to turn 40 at some
I have to definitely
at some point.
I have to.
Will you be Brennan baby at 50?
No, I'll have to change something. Of course, I'll have to change. There reaches a time and the content outgrows you. Yeah. So definitely, I cannot remain on those wigs for all that time. No. I'll try to find something to do else, because I cannot be on that for so long. There reaches a time people will be like, hey, but it really looked better when you were younger. Now you're at this age and you know. Although don't stick to people's words, of course, but
but baby Gloria should listen to that advice, yeah?
She's my friend. She's really my good friend.
Yeah, she should listen to that advice. But that won't save you from this coming face. Yeah, so you have to tell us the name of that person and what they do. Anything you know about them.
Of course, Kamala Harris, Vice President of the U.S. She's the first female Vice President. Black.
You really know so much about her, and I appreciate that. You're in senior 4?
I'm now in senior 6.
Oh, so you're soon graduating high school. That explains the intelligence and the knowledge. So Kamala Harris, commonly put as Kamala Harris. Yeah, that's her common name. She's an American politician and attorney who was who is, not who was. She is the 49th and incumbent Vice President of the United States under President Joe Biden. As of the time of this interaction, she is the first female Vice President. You are right about that, and the highest ranking female official in US history. Yeah, so like, why do you know her like from the fingertips?
No, like I've really followed her for quite a while when she was still Congress, I think Congresswoman or something. I don't know if she was really Congress, but I really knew her before even she went into the president's bit of it. I really knew her from. She's really such an inspiration to girls and so many, and my mother loves her so much, so that's how I got to know about her.
Okay, so I guess that's why you pick so much inspiration from the females, the women. Yeah, that's true, especially in your content creation. Yeah, and now that pushes me to why females? Why do you show that female character? And then teachers, students, and even for students, you act as a female student most of the times, if not all the time.
So why I actually do that? I find females, let me say, characters, personality, way funny and interesting, because we boys, let me say, Moscows have this, pride within us. Most of the times they are so serious, they'll be like, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do this, how will I look? So there's how female character is really so interesting. Me, I be with girls in class. I'm not saying I'm only a friend to girls. I have very many friends of mine who are boys, very many. But I look at girls, how they behave in class, teachers. It's just really so interesting. Boys are most of them are so self-centered. They are not, it's not interesting. We have this, I don't know, I guess they have this pride within them. They really do their own things in more of a serious way, most of them. So me, that's why I said, let me do something that is funny, something that I find interesting.
Maybe soon or later you could turn out to be an international feminist, yeah?
No, I can't. I'm not a feminist. I'm not a feminist, that one I can assure you.
Okay.
Although I really love supporting women. I really love supporting the women, because most of my followers are even women, and the most encouragement I've gotten is from the ladies. They keep on telling me, Wama, do your thing.
Women are good people.
They are
Brennan.
good people, yeah.
Very good people.
But when you find a man, they can be like, Katigwe, what you wear, Yambaza, we give it cheap.
Fear men.
No, I keep telling them at the end of the day, will you be there to feed me? Will you be there to feed me? I'm not saying that my parents can't do that for me, and I'm happy they are actually able to afford everything for me, take me to the best schools and whatsoever. But we should remove this thing within us of that you see someone in a wig, you see someone in lipstick, and you start thinking the other way of someone, because it's within me that I know my true self. You can't judge me over something that you see on media or something.
I love the way you handle the social media pressure and negativity.
Me, I don't have time for negativity. I don't have time. You abuse, you'll abuse. Who's going to lose? You'll be the one to lose.
That right there is inspiring passion.
I don't have time for negativity. I don't give time.
The passion won't save you from that face right there.
Let me see. Johnson.
Okay. Do you even know his real name?
I was a wrestler in the WWE. His family has.
You love wrestling?
I don't love wrestling, but I used to love it when I was younger. Yeah, I used to. His family has some great history in the WWE championships. He's an actor. He's a businessman.
Be going.
He owns a tequila company. I don't know, something concerning making wine or something.
That's news.
He does that.
Yeah, you didn't talk of The Rock, eh?
He's The Rock. He's commonly known as The Rock. I think that's
I don't have to say so much about that guy. Brennan is like AI right now. But your artificial intelligence knowledge, I hope it serves you for that lady right there.
Or Dolly Parton. I know her. She's a singer, American. I love her song of My Coat of Many Colors that my mama made for me. I think she's a Grammy winner. She's quite wealthy. She's one of the richest musicians. Yeah, that's Dolly Parton.
Yeah, now speaking of that song, My Coat of Many Colors
That my mama made
for me.
I really
I've
love
seen
it.
Anne Kansi
Yeah, do it. Sing.
She loves it
She
so much.
loves
I
it
follow
so
her
much.
so much. And recently you collaborated with.
Yeah, she's such an amazing person.
Yeah.
She's really amazing. She really supports people. She's really, really amazing.
You really know so much about females.
Yeah.
If I knew, if I'd gotten a hint, I would not bring you female faces because I fear that you'll get everything right. And I hope you do not prove me wrong for that next face.
Let me see. I have no idea.
Our Molina, eh?
I
have him, eh?
I have no idea about that face.
Yeah. You can't even make the slightest guess.
I can't.
At least Gamba Hajat.
Because she's a Hajat. Because of the veil, but that face is not common. I've not seen it anywhere.
Okay. That's a whole politician in this country. She's called Amina Zawede. She's a Ugandan computer scientist, academician, and public administrator who serves as the permanent secretary of the Uganda Ministry of ICT and National Guidance as of the time of this interaction. Yeah, so she's the permanent secretary, ICT and National Guidance. And it's very important, by the way, because we're influencers, TikTok influencers, Twitter influencers. That's ICT, eh?
That's
the best of my knowledge. So let me hope you don't disappoint me on that next face.
He's part of the B2C.
I need a name, Brennan. I need a name.
Let me see. I really don't know his name. But all I know is part of the B2C.
I also know that.
I really don't know.
But I guess I would just have to save you. Regarding that, I'm your fan. I don't want to see you suffer on live TV. So that's it's commonly known as Julio.
Julio.
Delivered Julio is a Ugandan singer and one of the members of the Born to Conquer group, B2C, aka Kampala Boys. As simple as that. Yeah, it was just as simple as taking me. Now, before I take you for break time, because the very last face gave you cramps. It was too hot for you, yeah? So, before we go into break time, now speaking of artists, like how many artists approach you, Ugandan artists of course, approach you in a week to do them TikTok challenges? You know now, before you come in with Ugandan music, if you make it on TikTok, you've made it in the music industry.
Yeah.
I've seen people like the name is keeping viral. Yeah. Alien Skin. Those people started from TikTok. Yeah. So like how many Ugandan artists approach you weekly to promote their music?
They be quite many, because most of them be upcoming.
Oh, you have unread messages of celebrities.
Very many. And most of the times I just get time and so let me scroll through. Yeah, but most of the people actually who love promoting music are upcoming artists. Even the big ones, of course. Yeah, they come in and say, hey, Brennan, do for us this challenge, do for us something on our song. I give them my rates. If they can manage, they come in and they be like, okay, drop it for us.
I would have asked him about the rates, but I know he will not disclose. So for now, let's dive into a very short breather. We shall be right back. We'll be back from that very short breather. And during the break, Brennan was, of course, telling me about his intelligence, and I was rating him. Now, judging from the faces, he's actually a very intelligent young man. Now, that pushes us to measuring his IQ. And I actually hate to judge people. Yeah, I want facts to judge the people. But Brennan, before we go into measuring and judging your IQ from the interaction we just had, yeah? Because these things, by the way, like the corrections I was giving you on the commentaries, they come from right here. I don't Google, I don't use AI, from right here. How do you rate my IQ out of 10? Don't be biased, eh? Just tell me the truth.
Maybe
8. Wow. Wow. I guess it's time to find out, yeah? So now the hot iron turns to you. I will not ask you to rate yourself. I will let the facts do that. Brennan, if two vehicles crashed between the Kenyan border and the Ugandan border, where would you bury the survivors? Kenyan border, Ugandan border. If two vehicles crashed between the Kenyan border and the Ugandan border, where would you bury the survivors?
Between the Kenyan border and Ugandan border. Two vehicles crashed between. Two vehicles crashed between the Kenyan border, Kenya, Uganda, coming from Santa side or?
Like they are coming and both of them crash in between the border. Not in Uganda, not in Kenya, between the border. Where would you bury the survivors, Brennan?
Well, basically, you've said vehicles. I don't think there was really any person. Tell me if I'm trying or not.
Wait. Let me compose myself. No. So, by the way, you're very, very good at reasoning. You're assuming that there are no passengers.
I'm assuming there are no passengers.
So the vehicles were driving themselves.
In nowadays, they're automated vehicles.
So we already have the sealers in Uganda and Kenya.
I doubt, because I'm trying to think between the Ugandan border, if they crashed, where would they bury them? Wouldn't that be no man's land because in the boat?
You're watching a lot of movies, eh? But I will just have to save you from this, yeah? The sad bit is that you're wrong. But then the good news of Christ is that I have the right answer. So if two vehicles crashed between the Kenyan border and the Ugandan border, where would you bury the survivors? First of all, they are survivors, Brennan, for God's sake. They are not dead.
Why didn't I reason about that?
So, there are no people in the vehicles.
Why would you bury the survivor? Why didn't I reason? But I'm quite sure.
That you're busy, yeah? You're going to make some TikTok content and it's flooding your brain. But don't disappoint me for this one. Brennan, if you are in a race and pass the third racer, what position are you?
If I'm in a race
and pass the third racer, what position are you?
If I'm in a race and I pass the third racer, the third. 1, 2, 3, and I surpassed. I think I'll be the third.
That counting, the counting is what saved you.
I'll be the.
Don't use gestures again. I need you to read with not the fingers. Yeah. It's the counting that saved you, Brennan. Anyway, that's a very right answer, and I'm so proud of you. So if you are in a race and pass the third racer, you replace them and they become the fourth. You're the third. Yeah, I'm proud of your high school. But by the way, where do you go for school?
Seta High, main campus.
I thought that the head teacher had told you never to mention the school.
No.
Seta High, main campus, it's in Mukono.
Yeah, Mukono, along Seta Road.
I'm proud of that school, yeah? They are doing a great job. Let's find out. You have 3 goats, 2 dogs, and 3 sheep. How many legs do you have?
You have?
3 goats, 2 dogs, and 3 sheep. How many legs do you have in total?
3 goats. 3 goats, those are...
3 goats, 2 dogs, and 3 sheep in total. How many legs do you have?
That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 3?
3 goats, 2 dogs, and 3 sheep.
2 dogs and 3 sheep. And how many dogs?
Brennan, you have 3 goats, 2 dogs, and 3 sheep. How many legs in total do you have?
32.
I'll go again. You have 3 goats.
No, 3 goats. 3 goats.
You can use fingers. I've given you permission.
3 goats, those are 4, like each has 4 legs.
3 times.
3.
You're multiplying right
4
here,
times
right?
3, that's 12. Then how many sheep?
3 sheep.
And sheep also have 3. So 3 times 3, that's 9. That's 12.
Wait, 3 sheep.
You said 3 sheep, right? And
Sheep
each
have
have 4.
Eh.
That's 24,
Okay.
actually. Yeah, that's 24. Plus the dogs, which are 2 and each have 4. Then 4 times 2, that's 8. That's 32. 32 legs. Wait, you said legs.
Yes. Guys, I think Brennan baby is over a milking because 32 legs. The question is simple. You have 3 goats, 2 dogs, and 3 sheep. How many legs do you have? Brennan baby, you have 2 legs.
No,
you have 2 legs.
That question was actually tricky because I thought you were asking about the legs there. I didn't interpret that well.
But I didn't ask about the legs, right?
You say how many legs
I didn't ask about the legs of the goats and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was a nice try. I love 1, your multiplication skills, your addition skills. Your primary really did a nice job. I hope this saves you the burden of shame. Brennan, if you were born 10 years ago, how old would you be now?
If I was born 10 years ago, 2024.
You said you're 18?
Yes, I'm 18.
Okay.
So if I was born 10 years ago, let me see, 4. This is 4, 1. That's 2014. If I was born 10 years ago, how old would I be right now? We're in 2024. That would be 10. Because I'm saying 10 years ago, that's 2014. You repeat the question. Repeat the question. If
Brennan, if you were born 10 years ago, how old would you be now?
Who would you be?
Yes. Now.
If I was born 10 years ago, that's 2014, I would be 10.
1, I would love to confess that I'm very proud of this young man. Yeah. You would be you didn't actually need to do any subtraction.
No, I needed confirmation.
You didn't actually need to do any multiplication. It's like asking if you were born 18 years ago, how old would you be now? You would be 18.
The good thing is that I've gotten it right.
Yeah. That's the most important part, and actually, the most important part is the success. How you get the
Not how I
success,
got it.
people don't actually care. You see, Brennan, if you did dreads right now and moved to your village, if you're broke, Brennan, people will criticize you. But if you're filthy rich with your dreads, people will worship you. Yeah. So that's very right. Success is what gives you the praises. People don't care what you went through, the criticism and all that. People don't care about that. They just want to see you shine. Now, speaking of criticism, because we are soon winding up, and one, I love that you're sharp and intelligent, and then that you don't give attention to negativity. How do you manage to handle that social media negativity? You make a skit, because most of your skits, it's public knowledge that they are inspired by the female character. And especially me, I frequent Twitter a lot. I see the comments of the people there. Those gender biased comments, how do you manage to overcome that?
Not caring. I just don't care. That's one aspect I put in me. I just don't care. You comment. There's nothing that I'll, gain from your negative comment. It won't hurt me because I've had enough of it. It became like a normal dose, like how you eat food every day and you find it normal. Sometimes you don't want to eat, sometimes. So I just got used. And I just say, I just don't care. That's the mentality I put in me. And it has helped me a lot. Just not caring.
I've at least picked a thing or two. Don't care about the naysayers. So Brennan, and now that inspires me because I'm also aspiring to be a celebrity like
you will
when I grow up. When I grow up.
You will.
This guy right here is my son, So, but I'm also aspiring, so that will definitely inspire me a lot in my journey. And I guess that's what inspires these other big celebrities. I'm not saying that you're small, because you're definitely very big. I mean these the legends, to come through for you. I've seen you, like I said before, collaborate with
Actually, I have to do even with Teacher Ampamire.
Wow! Now that pushes me to how many legendary celebrities that I've requested, like, for your collabos.
No, basically we just interact to be like, we can create something of that. So there are actually quite many, but many times school has limited me a lot. School has limited, so we can be like, let's shoot this time, and finds that it's under my school schedule. So, but there are very many people whom we have actually planned to do a lot. Very many, some from Kenya, from very many. But
you cannot put a number to it.
I cannot. There are very many. There are very many.
Okay. Now speaking again about shooting content, you said holiday period is your shooting time. That's when you create content. And so when you go to school, do you go back with your phone? Okay.
So what I basically do, I create a number of videos, and my manager he posts for me. He does everything for me. Helps me.
So how many videos?
A lot.
I mean like in the holiday period, like every holiday period, approximately how many videos do you make before you go back to school and leave the burden to your manager?
120 there. And there
120 videos.
I make them.
So what about these holiday periods where it's just 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
You shoot like every day.
I shoot every day and make sure I cannot leave. I don't be comfortable when I've not left anything. It won't make me be settled at school. So that's why I make sure I shoot everything, prepare everything in case there are some the businesses that I have that I've not yet completed posting. I make sure I guide my manager. I told him, if no, when I find that because he's actually a busy person, I schedule them. Yeah, because there's that option.
You can schedule like on TikTok.
No, not on TikTok, on other platforms. TikTok, I definitely show him. I say post this and this.
I think you can draft.
Yeah, I draft them. I leave a very long note for him with procedure. I said, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do. And if it's on Instagram, I just schedule. And it comes automatically. YouTube, I schedule. And it's done.
I really love your determination, and you inspire so many young people out there. By the way, you're an inspiration to so many young people, and a challenge to the old, because now a 30 years old watching this video will wonder how an 18-year-old made 4 million TikTok followers in the span of just 2 years or something. Yeah, so you inspire the young, you challenge the old, you're really an inspiration. So Brennan, what advice can you give to a young person out there? Any advice?
Any advice to a young person out there? Do what you love, because at the end of the day, when you base on what people say, you limit yourself towards doing something you don't love, and which cannot prompt you to go further more, or it won't basically encourage you to do more of what you love, because you have this feeling within you, I'm even being pressured to do this. In case it doesn't work out, you'll just easily quit. But when you do what you love, you are really going to do each and everything to make sure you make it. That's what I can say. Do what you love and put God first. God has really helped me a lot. Yeah, that's what I can say. Put God first. Do what you love. Don't have time for negative people, because at the end of the day, when you don't have what to eat, they'll only be like, they won't be there to give you what to eat. That's why most times I be like, many people tell me, stop doing what you're doing. I be like, then I will stop and you feed me. I'll stop, you feed me, you pay me, you do, So just do what you love, be yourself. People will talk. Even Jesus was criticized. Who are you not to be criticized? So just do what you love. You will see God will make ways for you.
Amen. I love the fact that you're God-fearing, and it won't hurt if I ask you to give us a closing prayer. But let me also try to be motivational to any person out there. Now, Brennan spoke of God, and prayer is very important, regardless of whichever sect, religion. You have to pray to your God, because God is surprising. God is a miracle worker. God never does the greatest in our yesterdays. So we have to focus on our todays, see how you can better yourself today and how you can better yourself tomorrow. God always does the greatest bits in our futures. Don't focus on the past. Now, Brennan, allow me to allow you again to give us a drop of prayer.
Okay. Lord Father in heaven, we thank you for this day. We thank you for everything you've done for us so far as the year has started. We pray that may you keep on guiding us, opening opportunities for us. We pray that may you always guide us through the right paths in all our endeavors. And I pray for Ishmael. He really wants to be a celebrity, and I know God, you'll make it for him. Yes, keep on guiding him, keep on protecting him, give him everything that he wants, because he's really such a good person. And I pray that may you also guide him, his family, each and everything, his dreams, may they all come true. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. Well, that was a very powerful prayer, especially on Ishmael becoming a celebrity. For now, catch you next time.